with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine from the Jasmine brand is here.
Good morning, Angela. I'm my own brand.
You know that's right. Yes, and it is. It's a Wednesday. It's a Wealth Wednesday.
Yep, it's a hump day.
Yeah, it's a Wealth Wednesday for us.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot going on today. We do have a special guest who's going to be joining us for Wealth Wednesdays. That's Jacquette Timmons.
Okay.
She's an investment expert, but she's a financial coach and a financial behaviorist. So it is Mental Health Awareness Month, so she can help you talk about founder's depression. A lot of entrepreneurs have this thing they call founder's depression.
I wonder if I have that.
So, well, you're going to see. But, I think it's important to know the tools to work through certain things.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, today is, I'm tired.
Okay, today is I'm tired.
Yeah, we were out last night.
We were out last night.
And we'll talk about it during About Last Night. But you see Meghan Markle is all in the news, all in pictures. We were actually at the event where she was being honored.
We sat behind her.
Yes, we sat right behind her. And I didn't even get to see her stand up and give her speech because I was backstage because I went on right after her.
You were already backstage. Okay, I saw her get up. I saw her get on stage and all that, and then I saw Prince Harry leave. Like they were right, sitting right in front of us. So.
Yep. It was a lot of mayhem, but it was a great event last night for the Ms. Foundation. It's their 50th anniversary.
Big deal.
Yes, founded by Gloria Steinem, and she was there also. It was an amazing room to be in, though.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah. People act like the word feminist is a bad thing.
It's not.
You know what it means to be a feminist? It means that you want women to get equal pay and have equal rights. That's what being a feminist is. It doesn't mean anything more than that.
Right.
It doesn't mean that women think they're better than men. It doesn't mean, like, people try to say, you're a feminist, you stupid feminist. Okay, you should be a feminist too.
Right, we all
should be feminists too. You should want women to get equal pay for the same work that men do.
At a minimum.
At a minimum. You should want that. You should want women to be treated fairly. They were talking about that last night, how 50 years ago, a woman couldn't even open up a bank account or a credit card without her husband.
50 years ago is not that long ago.
It's not that long ago.
That's wild.
Yeah, so just keep putting things in perspective. But let's shine a light on them. 800-292-5150 is a number. We want you guys to call in and shine a light and talk about some positivity. Somebody in your life that's doing something positive. Maybe somebody you saw on the news, or maybe a family member, a friend, a coworker, whatever it is. Call us up and shine a light on them. 800-292-5150. It's way up.
I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine from the Jasmine brand is here.
Good morning.
Good morning, and this is when we shine a light on them. We spread some positivity. We shine a light on people who are doing amazing and positive things.
Okay.
And today we should definitely shine a light on, from the Ms. Foundation, Teresa Younger and Ruth McFarlane.
Okay.
The Ms. Foundation, they celebrated 50 years yesterday, and it's all about LGBTQIA rights.
Okay.
Because right now a lot of rights are being taken away from us, reproductive rights.
Yeah.
A lot of different things that have been happening. News broke while we were there last night, and we'll talk about that this morning. But we just want to definitely shine a light on them for the work that they do for that organization. Also to Gloria Steinem for starting it. If you guys don't know what it is, it's Ms. Foundation, and you guys should all be aware of that. But I just think it's really important that sometimes it could feel really discouraging with everything going on in the world.
Right.
You see, with education, our background, our history being erased.
Literally.
In certain states, literally not being allowed to be taught.
Yeah.
We talk about maternal health care, black women's maternal health care.
These are all issues that affect all of us.
And the disparities that happen there. And so I just think it's really important for us to be engaged and be aware.
100%.
All right, so let's just shine a light on the Ms. Foundation. And who do you want to shine a light on? 800-292-5150 is the number. Shine a light on them. Hey, Sharice, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. Who do you want to shine a light on?
My wife, Tatiana.
Tatiana. That's one of our favorite restaurants here in New York. But go ahead.
Yeah, she's a very, very good mother. Very hard worker. And she do the best that she can do for our kids.
How many kids y'all got?
We got 3.
Wow, that's not a game.
That's at all.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yes,
we actually have a gift for you to give to your beautiful wife, Tatiana, and we had some Black Girl sunscreen, okay?
Okay.
So she's going to love that, if y'all are going to take a trip, because that would be nice, or maybe spend some time outdoors in the sun. This is perfect, and she's going to love it.
Thank you.
All right, hold on the line. We're going to get your info.
Okay.
What's up, Marissa?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
So who do you want to shine a light on?
My mother-in-law, Nana.
Nana. Okay.
And I just want to give her appreciation because she's there for any and everybody before she's there for herself. She always put everybody first, especially her grandkids. She's a great mother, grandmother, sister, friend, and she just needs some appreciation, a lot of appreciation on.
Well, shout out to Nana.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, girl.
Because, some people do not like their mothers-in-law.
Yeah, I know it's rare when you do.
Right. Yeah, we had our issues, but I love that lady.
All right.
That's sweet.
All right. Well, shine a light on it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. All right. Well, that was Shine a Light on Them. 800-292-5150 is the number. Remember, you can always also call and leave a message. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie, Ja Morant. He has made a statement. We'll tell you what he had to say. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea. Come and get the tea.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine from the Jasmine brand is here.
Come and get the tea.
We ready for this tea, baby?
Yep.
All right. Well, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver has expressed what his thoughts were when he saw another social media post of Ja Morant holding a firearm, that Instagram Live that circulated and went viral. Here's what he had to say.
My concern, and I thought he shared with me, that millions, if not tens of millions of kids globally would see him as having done something that was celebrating in a way. And so I at least was left with the sense that he was taking this incredibly seriously. So honestly, I was shocked when I saw this weekend that video. Now, we're in the process of investigating it, and we'll figure out exactly what happened to the best we can, but I'm assuming the worst.
All right. Ja Morant at that time enrolled in a Florida counseling facility to learn how to manage stress better. And then he was suspended for 8 games without pay. This was after the first incident due to conduct detrimental to the league. And they had a whole discussion about everything and the consequences first. So now this happens. Well, after that, Ja Morant released a statement through his reps. And this has been his first public comment since that video circulated over the weekend. He said, I know I've disappointed a lot of people who have supported me. This is a journey, and I recognize there is more work to do. My words may not mean much right now, but I take full accountability for my actions. I'm committed to continuing to work on myself.
Okay. Can I just say that I'm not taking up for him, but he is only 23. You make dumb mistakes, when you're that young and you're that rich and you have that much spotlight on you. I'm not making excuses for him. I'm just saying he is young. You should see the look Angela has. The look Angela's giving me.
I don't think that his career is going to be over after this, but I also kind of feel like, how many times?
Yeah, you just did this.
Yeah.
Just make a new mistake. Don't make the same mistake over.
Right.
Think about at 23. Just the kind of mistakes you made, you know what I mean? I don't want to make it.
I just think sometimes when everything could have potentially, it was such a huge deal first time.
It was.
You know, and 23 is not that young.
Super young.
I mean, I was out of college, had a full-time job myself. Like,
I did too.
It is young, but it's not like you're 15.
That's true. Okay.
But I don't think anybody wants to see him not be in the league anymore. But
No.
You're messing up, fumbling the bag, and also there are a lot of people who are watching you who really look up to you, and it is a responsibility that you have, and you know how the NBA is.
Yep, it is a job.
All right, and they had been doing this meme of Glorilla holding a gun, a machine gun or whatever it is, and it says Ja Morant every month, and she responded, I was a menace in high school. I'm so embarrassed.
that photo is hilarious.
The gun is bigger than her.
Also, I'm not a gun person, so I know.
I'm from New York. Now, in New York, it's not like we see people with guns all the time.
Right. I guess it kind of depends on your
environment. And if you get caught with a gun here in New York,
it's over for you.
It's over for you.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Rick Ross's car show. He was planning his second annual car and bike show, but he's had a roadblock. They have denied him that permit to host the event at his mansion in Georgia. According to documents that XXL got, the permit was denied yesterday because it is not in compliance with Fayette County zoning ordinance. So, the neighbors were not too happy about it. They felt like it was just too much traffic, too many cars, too much going on. Some neighbors did sign petitions to kill the car show. Others threatened to go on vacation just to avoid all of the people that were going to be around. And here is how Rick Ross has been responding to this controversy.
The Rick Ross Car Show June 3rd goes on. It's a private event on private property with VIPs, and you're invited. Tickets still available online. The success feels so much better when you go against everybody. Oh, man, it's nothing like when you winning and know you did it without them.
So wait a minute, is it happening or not?
Well, he says it's happening. I don't know.
I'm so confused. Okay, all right.
Maybe he's still trying to work it out.
All right.
Wish it and will it into existence.
Okay.
All right. Well, that is your Yeetie. And we have About Last Night when we come back. And last night was a time.
Yes,
we were definitely in the room. This story has been everywhere. Meghan Markle was out last night, and she did have Prince Harry with her, as well as her mom.
Yeah.
And this was at the Ms. Foundation Gala celebrating 50 years. We'll tell you what our experience was last night. My night started off awful, and I'll tell you why. It's way up with Angela Yee.
Last night. So, about last night. Last night. Here's how it went down.
Yes, it is way up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine from the Jasmine brand is here.
Happy Wednesday.
Yeah, happy Wednesday.
Yeah.
And we were outside last night.
We were outside last night, Angela.
Now, in case you were wondering what we did last night, we were at the 50th anniversary gala for the Ms. Foundation.
Right.
I was actually invited by Teresa Younger, who is the foundation CEO and president, and Ruth McFarlane also. It all started because I went to dinner with them one night at the grill.
How did you get invited to this dinner in the grill?
My agent Heather, she was just like, I think this is something worthwhile. They wanted to sit down,
meet you,
and so yes, we went to the grill in Brooklyn and had a nice dinner. I love the mission of what the Ms. Foundation does, and so they later followed up with an email like, "Hey, we would love for you to host the after party."
Right up your alley.
Which is, yes, right up my alley. But the Ms. Foundation helps build women's collective power in the U.S. to advance equity and justice for all. That's the mission of what the Ms. Foundation does.
Dope.
And what I was saying earlier is that everybody should be a feminist, because all that means is that we should be equal when it comes to pay, when it comes to opportunity, all of those things, right?
And we all have women in our life.
Yes, how we got here.
Yep. No, because sometimes I feel like people don't like you have a mama, like
right?
You have a sister.
And this was all started by Gloria Steinem, obviously 50 years ago, because it was the 50th anniversary.
Right.
And it was a magazine actually back in the day, Ms. And she has a whole play and a movie and everything about her life.
Right.
And so what they do is they help invest and strengthen the capacity of women-led movements. And of course, that takes money, so that's why they do the gala. But the big story last night was that Meghan Markle was there. Now, as we were getting ready to go, right, everything started at 6.
Yes.
I was getting dressed, and I got this really nice dress.
It was gorgeous.
It was really good to wear, and it was very comfortable.
It was good to wear, yeah.
Yeah, it was good, because it was comfortable. It had like it had a romper and then a skirt that ties around it. It was from Pinko. And the skirt was like this big poofy skirt. It was cute. And
it was a vibe.
I got dressed, got my jewelry on, everything, was tying the skirt, and realized the sensor was still on the bottom of the dress. The car was downstairs waiting for us, and panic set in.
I just hear Angela say, "Oh no!"
Yep.
And there's a sensor.
The panic set in. What am I supposed to do? It's not like I have gowns laying around the house.
Right.
And
I was wondering if you could just wear it and not see the sensor, but you said you could see the sensor.
I just would be embarrassed if somebody saw it. The sensor is on the dress. It looks like I stole it.
Yeah,
you know?
It does.
And why didn't it work when I left the store?
Yeah. Now we know. We can just steal
That's
stuff
what I
out
said
of that
if I would have
store.
known.
Yeah.
But yes, and so I had to actually change my dress.
Which is a thing.
I feel like I really bought this dress specifically for this. Does that mean that because I took the tags off, I didn't realize the sensor was on? Can I return it? I didn't wear it.
Absolutely.
Because I actually have to bring it back to get the sensor
First of all,
off.
you did wear it. You just didn't wear it out. You had the whole
tried
thing
it on.
Yeah.
I didn't wear it. I tried it on to get ready to go. I had it on for like 1 minute. Actually, I didn't even have the skirt on because the sensor was on. As soon as I put it on. And so now the tags are off, the sensor's on. I don't even know if I need the dress right now anymore.
Yeah.
And I feel like I should just bring it back. But that was terrible.
Yeah, you were very frazzled.
Yeah, so I was like, man, I had to change everything. You have to change your jewelry, change your shoes, change your purse, change everything.
Yeah.
So anyway, we did get to the event finally.
Mm-hmm.
I had to throw on a different dress.
The second dress was beautiful too. I said beautiful.
Beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Yes, so thank goodness I had something else to put on because I don't know what I would have done. And Meghan Markle was there, so this was a big hoopla because this is the first thing that she's been at, I think, since December.
Yeah, she doesn't pop out for much.
Yeah, she doesn't pop out much, but she was honored as one of the Women of Vision Award honorees for her global advocacy to empower women and girls. And here's one of the things that she said while she was on stage. She got the last award for the night.
It's just never too late to start. You can be the visionary of your own life. You can charter a path in which what you repeat in your daily acts of service, in kindness, in advocacy, in grace, and in fairness, that those become the very things that are recognized by the next wave of women, both young and old, who will also choose this moment to join the movement and make our vision for an equitable world reality.
Yeah, so people were going crazy over her.
Yeah.
And she did have Prince Harry there. She also had her mom there, too. By the way, but it was a really amazing event. I definitely left feeling inspired by all of the honorees who were there getting their awards.
Everyone gave very passionate speeches.
I was like, man, I got to get up there and say something.
You were like looking at me like, Angela was in her little notes, like writing all this stuff down. I'm like, girl, if you do not relax.
I get tense. I had to go last.
You talk for a living.
All I had to do was really kind of like talk about the after party. That was fun. Yeah. We had a good time.
We did.
I didn't want to ask for a shot of tequila, so instead I said, can we have some Don Julio neat?
I was like, why don't you just ask for shots? She's like,
it just felt wrong.
I don't want to.
But thanks to everybody for coming out last night. And shout out to my girl Destiny who did my hair and also offered to take the censor off.
She did. She did. She's like,
the fact that she knows how to do that is crazy. All right. Speaking of which, tell us a secret. Maybe you boosted a little. No. But 800-292-5150 is a number. Call us up. This is the segment where you get to share and indulge us in what you have going on. 800-292-5150. And we don't judge you.
No judgment.
And you are anonymous, so you can tell us anything. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Tell us a secret.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine from the Jasmine brand is here.
Good morning.
Good morning. And you know what time it is. It's time for you guys to call us up and remain anonymous. There's no judgment today because Mano's not here. Even though this is his favorite segment.
It is.
But whatever it is that you want to share with us, we are here to just listen, not judge you, for you to be able to just put it out into the atmosphere, clear whatever's in your head. Maybe it's something that happened 20 years ago. Maybe it's something that's currently going on right now. Whatever it is, we're just here
to listen.
Mm-hmm. And you are going to remain anonymous, so nobody is going to judge you. 800-292-5150 is a number. Hello, anonymous caller. Would you like to tell us a secret?
Hey.
How are you?
So, good. Hi, Jasmine Brand. I'm good.
Good morning.
What's your secret?
It's funny you guys are talking about your censor on your dress because when I was a teenager, I definitely got caught with a friend.
You did? So tell us what happened.
Just dumb teenage stuff. I just took the dress and put it in my bag and thought I could just walk out. And that little security guy definitely was right there at the end of the store. He was like, follow me.
Oh man.
God, I got so much trouble with my oh my God, it was bad. But I was a teenager.
They didn't arrest you though, right? They just called your parents?
They did call the cops. I was 15, so they did call the police. But I was 15, so everything was, sealed.
Well, that was a lesson learned right there, boy.
What store were you stealing from?
Macy's.
She act like she didn't want to say it.
You know, I used to work at Macy's, and so because security, they got all kinds of like bonuses for when they caught people stealing. And for the employees that worked there, if they knew you were stealing, they would let you keep on stealing so that it would be a bigger
case.
Yeah.
Oh, bigger bust.
Like grand larceny.
Oh my gosh. Interesting. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. Not a big deal. I done stole a couple things.
Same.
in the past. I ain't get caught though, girl. No.
That's probably good she got caught.
It is, right?
Early lesson.
Is that the only time you ever stole?
Yes. Oh my gosh. First and last time. Yes.
Right. She was scared straight after that.
Right.
They was yelling in her face. You want to steal? Thank you for sharing.
All right.
Bye. That's funny.
Man, when people used to get caught stealing at Macy's, because the other kids that we were all like in high school and college, and so everybody was stealing.
Right.
And it used to be so funny because you always knew one of your coworkers got caught when they start walking them out. Like you see the security walk them out, and you're like, "Oh man, they got him too." Hello, what's up, anonymous caller?
What's up, Angela? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Hi, Jasmine. How you doing?
Good morning.
You want to tell us a secret?
Yeah, my secret goes with your gown story from last night.
Okay.
Back in college, we used to steal from Walmart, gas station, and Macy's.
Ooh, everybody stole from Macy's.
Macy's must be easy.
I used to work there.
Yeah. I would say the girl roommates back at the dorm, they were professionals at taking those scanners off.
Oh.
Wow. So did you ever get caught?
As soon as we get in the... Nah, we didn't never get caught.
It's a nerve, right?
Nerve caught me.
Right. I'm saying we was professionals. We was putting other people on, helping other people out. I started selling clothes at one point.
You were selling clothes that you stole? You was a professional booster.
Trust me. Professional, yeah. In college.
What type of things were you stealing, and what's the most expensive thing you stole?
For Macy's, most expensive thing was probably a purse for my girlfriend at the time.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, thoughtful.
We used to sell like shirts, shorts, underwear, socks. We used to take anything we needed.
Necessities.
Yeah, those are things you really need.
Yeah. We was broke and going to school in states. We couldn't get a job anywhere, so it was doing what you got to do.
Okay, justification.
I'm trying.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing.
No problem.
You know what? Since you never got caught, when did you stop? Uh-oh,
okay,
he's
here we go.
Stealing
All
now.
right.
All right, hold on the line. I need some things. No, I'm kidding.
I'll see y'all later.
He's still stealing now. See?
He's a booster. He is a booster.
Hey, what's up, anonymous caller? How are you?
What's up?
What's up? You want to tell us a secret?
Yes, I got a big secret.
Uh-oh.
So, I got a relationship with a girl, her mama, and her sister.
Wait a second. The girl, the mom, and the sister?
Yeah.
How did this happen?
So, it started with me and the mama. Me and her go way back. Like, we've been dealing. And then, me and the second daughter, I don't know, it just happened out of nowhere.
Now, let's back up. How did it happen with the mom?
I was probably like 18, 17. And, I'm 24 now, so that was a minute ago. And then, so me and the second daughter, I don't know, we just hit out one night. It was really like a one-night stand. That was what it supposed to be. And then me and the little daughter, I don't know, and it all just happened. Like, I don't know.
I don't know how it happened.
It just happened. Like, I swear. It's just, I want to tell somebody. I can't tell nobody around me, though, because I got a baby on the way. So, mama definitely can't find that out.
Are you still dealing with the trio?
I say a duo, not the mama no more, but the sisters, yeah.
Oh, the sisters, okay.
All right. Well, and no one knows about this.
You do.
I'm saying no one else know, but nobody in the like none of your friends know, nobody else knows.
Nah, I be scared to tell folks stuff, stuff get out.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing. Hopefully no one recognized your voice.
I know. I hope.
I know. I know that I know from somewhere.
I know that's right. Okay. Well, good luck. All right. Well, that was Tell Us a Secret, 800-292-5150. And remember, you can always call and leave a message just in case you can't get through. You guys are upstanding citizens. And when we come back, we have Yeetie. And let's give an update. There's some breaking news on what happened with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle last night after the gala we attended. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Way up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yeetie. Way up.
All right. Well, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were involved in a near catastrophic car chase.
Wow.
This involved paparazzi in New York City last night. So this is YT. I'm Angela Yee. This is Jasmine from the Jasmine brand, by the way.
Yes.
I didn't even do that because I was so shocked.
Yeah, the story just broke a little bit ago.
By this news, we were actually there last night at the event that she was leaving for the Ms. Foundation. She was getting a Women of Vision Award. And she was also traveling with her mom, Doria Ragland. In a statement obtained by CNN, a spokesperson for the couple said last night, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and Miss Ragland were involved in a near catastrophic car chase at the hands of a ring of highly aggressive paparazzi. That's why paparazzi is trending right now on Twitter. This relentless pursuit lasting over 2 hours resulted in multiple near collisions involving other drivers on the road, pedestrians, and 2 NYPD officers. They said the couple understand that being a public figure comes with a level of interest from the public. It should never come at the cost of anyone's safety.
This is crazy.
All right, so yeah.
And not, it shouldn't be lost on us that his mother passed in 97
Right.
from being pursued by paparazzi in Paris. So I'm sure their sensitivity is heightened. And it's dangerous to be pursuing someone, you know, dangerous. It's just dangerous.
Driving on
in a
for
car.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Do you know how ridiculous that is? And it was interesting because inside the event, first when we got there were people outside already.
There were. Yeah.
Right? Before it even started.
Yeah.
Taking pictures with cameras. But I will say this, inside was a great atmosphere. They sat at the table. There was nobody hovering over them.
They were there the entire time.
Everybody left them alone. Somebody said to me, I can't believe they don't have security at the
did.
table. But you couldn't see them.
No, he was very, he was sitting behind her.
discreet. Yeah, it was very discreet. But, you know, they were just minding their business.
Can you imagine, though, your mom dying in this sort of way?
And then you have
when
to
you were
deal
a
with
kid
that.
and you got to deal with this kind of stuff, you know, as an adult. And then your wife has to deal with this. Your children have to deal with this kind of
And then people will
foolishness.
say, oh, well, you know, this is what you signed up for. You knew what it was. No,
Not this.
not that.
This is dangerous.
And it's dangerous for other people.
Yeah,
too.
and that's I think that's the point that they're making. Like other people could be harmed while you're trying to pursue them.
All right. Now, 3 major labels have been in talks with the big music streaming services. They want to find a way to get them to remove these AI-generated vocals that are sounding like popular artists, according to Billboard. The idea under discussion with Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music would operate much like one that's by the Digital Millennium Copyright Act that would cite violations of rights of publicity rather than copyright, according to sources. So they don't want people to, and it is true, right? AI is happening. Artificial intelligence, whether or not you like it, it's going down. How do you live with that and how do you regulate it is what the question is.
Yeah, regulation is going to be key with this.
Right. So they want to make sure that this law would not apply to most AI-generated sound-alike tracks because they do not infringe protected elements of copyrighted recordings or compositions, but rather a trademark or a right of publicity. So the protection celebrities may be able to receive to protect their names and likenesses from unauthorized commercial exploitation. So it's more about protecting. You can't make recordings, you know, like this person.
Listen, I heard a AI Drake song. It was nice.
You might need to hop on that.
It was nice. I was like, uh-oh. It's about to be a problem.
And Kim Kardashian, she has aced her law midterm with 100%.
All right.
Ahead of the bar exam. Now, she was on the Today Show, and here's what she had to say to the host Savannah Guthrie.
I'm still studying. I'm in constitutional law 1 and 2 right now. It's my toughest. But with that said, I took a midterm yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
I got 100% and then I got a 95 on my other midterm. So I feel that like gives me that boost of confidence again just to push through, and hopefully in the next year or so I can just take the official bar and be done.
How long has she been doing this, right?
It's been like a while.
She passed the baby bar in 2021, if you guys recall.
Okay.
But she had failed that same exam 3 times before finally passing. But since 2019, she's been talking about her passion for law and her private schooling journey. So it's been 4 years.
Yeah.
How long? Law school is usually 3? Is it like 3 years?
No idea.
All right.
How long? I don't know. But
Well-
do you think that she's dating Tom Brady?
I saw that. I saw that rumor. Who knows?
Okay.
We never know.
Okay.
But I will say she did pay off the legal fees for more than 50 moms for Mother's Day, saying that she wanted to do her part.
Law school is typically 4 years. 4 or 4.5 years.
Okay, so she's on track.
Yep.
All right, well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily headline stories. They are flying under the radar, but very important anyway. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
The news I got news. Dishing the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine from the Jasmine brand is here.
Yes, I'm here, Angela.
And we have some really crazy under the radar stories today. Well, a couple of them.
Yes.
Let's start with this woman. She's an OnlyFans model from Australia. A11AAA shared this in a video yesterday that she had ruined her mom's marriage after finding out that her stepfather spent almost $2,000 on her content and had also requested custom-made videos.
My stepdad was my top subscriber on my naughty website. This man had been in my life since I was 11 years old and spent $2,000 on custom content every single video that I sent out. When I caught him, he denied it to all of his friends, and obviously my mum got rid of him straight away.
Oh, gosh.
Can you imagine? That is devastating and disgusting.
She sounds like Iggy Azalea, first of all.
Well, she's from Australia.
Do they all sound like?
No, but she has the accent.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Australian, you know. And she said that she found out that the person that was purchasing all of these custom requests actually was somebody in her contacts. That's how she narrowed it down to 6 people. And she actually asked him, and he denied it. And she said her mom got rid of him straight away when she found out that it was him. She told the Daily Telegraph that her stepfather had left the family home and was no longer in contact with them, and that she blocked him from all pages on all platforms.
Good for her mom for, having her back and believing her and, taking action and get him out of here.
I mean, there was evidence, though.
Yeah, it was.
You cannot deny that. She said, I have not heard from him since the day I called him out. He wouldn't even come into the house to collect his belongings while I was there. So she wants other people who are creating content on adult content sites to be comfortable that it is highly likely that someone from your school, gym, workplace, or family is watching your every move.
Mm-hmm.
Woo. All right. Now, black taxpayers are more likely to face audits, according to the IRS. And it's significantly more. All right. They said that a study released in January by economists at Stanford University said that black taxpayers are about 3 to 5 times more likely than other Americans to get audited. They based their assessment on microdata from roughly 148 million tax returns and 780,000 audits. So they need to do, they said, further research to find out why this is. But they said the IRS has dedicated significant resources to address the disparity, including a closer look at the agency's automated processes and data used for exam selection. So they're talking about algorithms, and they want to make sure that they ensure that we identify and implement changes prior to next tax filing season.
Am I allowed to say this sounds a little racist?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Sheesh, we can't catch a break, yo.
Mm-hmm. So we got to see what this is all about and make sure that before the next tax season that there's not an over-reliance on these flawed algorithms.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm. All right, now TikTok parents are spreading the word now about the return policy at Target. If you guys recall, we've been talking a lot about return policies at stores and how certain stores will not let you return things.
Right.
Things have gotten a lot stricter, but at Target, they haven't. Mm-hmm. Okay, according to a TikTok mom, her name is Jasmine Valdiva, she is talking about this policy, and she wished she would have knew about it before. Here's what she said.
Attention all moms, if you guys buy Cat and Jack for your kids, there is a 1-year warranty that Cat and Jack offers. If your kid outgrows the clothes, whether it's stained, ripped, whatever it is, they'll refund you so that you can repurchase more clothes.
That's really nice. You have a year. And that's not just Cat and Jack. That lenient return policy at Target applies to over 45 of their private label brands.
I didn't know about this. Another mom. I'm a mom. I have a almost 2-year-old, and I found out about this from another mom. So this is really good information because they outgrow this stuff so fast.
Mm-hmm. They said Trader Joe's also has a customer-friendly return policy. It says, we tried it, we like it. If you don't, bring it back for a refund or exchange.
Trader Joe's has really good snacks.
And Nordstrom also has a no time limit for returns or exchanges.
Oh my goodness. We just need to stick to shopping at those 3 places. Okay.
They can always turn you down though, right? No. But at Target, the only thing is I think they said they may adjust their item pricing in light of more generous return policies.
That's fine.
That's fine, right?
Yeah,
Because
that's
in a
fine.
year, I'd rather get something back than nothing.
Yep.
All right. Well, the Way Up Mix is coming at the top of the hour. Plus, we have financial behaviorist, financial expert, financial coach, Jacquette Timmons joining us today for Wealth Wednesday. And we're going to be talking about entrepreneurship and how there can be sometimes a certain type of depression that is called founder's depression for people who have their own businesses. All right. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
You vibing Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine from the Jasmine brand is here. And when I say here, I mean in the studio.
Yes. What other here is there?
Well, people work from home.
Okay, and that's a good segue, Angela.
Thank you. You think so?
Yes, it was great.
And the reason I want to talk about this is Elon Musk, right? He is very upset that people are still remote working. He said that it's morally wrong. And he did an interview with CNBC's David Faber yesterday. And he believes that working in the office boosts productivity, and employees who refuse to return to an in-person setting after COVID restrictions ended need to get off their moral high horse. Here's what he said.
I'm a big believer that people are more productive when they're in person. And the whole sort of work from home thing, it's like, look, there are some exceptions, but it's like, really, you're going to work from home and you're going to make everyone else who made your car come work in the factory. You're going to make the people who make your food that gets delivered, that they can't work from home, but you can? Does that seem morally right? It's a productivity issue, but it's also a moral issue. People should get off the goddamn moral high horse with the work from home. The laptop class is living in La La Land.
Wow. What are your thoughts about that? I mean, he sent an email after he purchased Twitter for $44 billion to all employees, telling them that they will no longer be permitted to work from home unless he personally approves it, and should expect to be in the office for 40 hours a week.
Okay.
Now, according to reports, productivity at companies apparently slackened and investor expectations grew, which led executives at companies like Amazon and Salesforce to demand workers to return to their offices. This is what CNBC is saying.
Okay. I think that it depends on the person, because some people are going to be more productive in the office. Some people are going to be more productive at home. I think I found that a lot of people work more hours when they work from home. Mm-hmm. I feel like you work
because you have a website, but you've always had people really working from home.
Yeah, basically most people. So when we had an office in LA, and so people that worked in LA came into the office, but it was optional. But most of our staff now works remotely, and everything is online. So for me, it's kind of like and then in terms of him saying like this, get off your moral high ground, it's not fair that people have to come in that work on your cars. It's also not fair that you make more money than other people. Like, so are we going to make sure that we are all, coming in and we're working, and then also we're all getting paid the same? Like, we have to pick, which side are we going to be on in terms of being like morally right with certain things in terms of jobs.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuance here that I think he's not addressing.
Right.
If you're a small business owner, right, I know that for some people, it's a lot more cost effective to not have to have people working from an office space. Now people have gotten rid of their office spaces, and I know that did affect commercial real estate a lot.
It did, yeah.
But if you can say, look, work from home, now we don't have to pay rent in an office, and that actually helps.
Right.
That could be good. But then some people are stuck in leases where they're paying a lease for a property and no one's coming into work.
Yeah, that's true.
And it is harder to monitor what people are doing when they're not in the office.
It is. Well, Angela, let me ask you this. When you were on the Breakfast Club, did you guys work remotely?
Yes, we did for a period of time.
And how was that?
You know what? And I want to say this, and this is another nuance that I was going to say, is that a lot of us have had to work our whole lives, like for a full more than 8 hours a day.
Right.
In an office. And so it was nice for some people to actually be able to work from home, because I feel like I was never home.
Yeah, you weren't.
Before that. And so it was nice for me to have the opportunity to, of course it sucks that it was a pandemic.
Right.
But it actually was a nice experience for once in my entire life to be able to work from home. I never was able to do that. And for people who have children, who have other things going on in their lives, who have made it a lot easier for them, I don't think that's a moral, that's morally wrong, because I think when you're Elon Musk, and you clearly don't have those issues where you have to worry about, okay, I need to be home for this, I need to be home for that. Some people can't work because they need to be home because they have children to raise, and it's hard to get, help in that situation.
Okay. Well, Angela, how was your productivity while you were working from home?
I think it was the same, because it's a different type of thing. If I'm not on the air,
Right. Yeah. So you can track it.
So I don't think that's something that you can compare. I will say that interviews in person does feel different than interviews that are conducted
Zoom
virtually.
Yes.
It's a different type of feeling and it's a different vibe. And I will say our numbers definitely went down on YouTube views.
Okay.
You know, and that's for the podcast and when we were on when I was on the Breakfast Club.
Okay.
And so it did make a difference in that aspect.
Okay. Fair.
But I feel like hybrid is good. You know, some people like to be in the office. Some people value being able to take care of things at home.
Yeah, and also if you can track someone's time when they're working remotely, I think that's okay.
Right. And also, it's not necessarily time. Sometimes you could be more productive and work quicker.
Yeah.
And get things done. Everything doesn't have to be, because you could sit there and take forever doing something.
Or be doing nothing in the office.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, we would love to hear you guys weigh in. So if you want to hit us up at Way Up with Yee on social media, or you could always leave a message, 800-292-5150. I want to see what y'all think about that, because he's speaking for us. Like
he ought not.
And I don't think he knows what it feels like.
He ought
for
not.
a long time.
Yes.
All right. Well, when we come back, speaking of productivity and work, it is a Wealth Wednesday, and Jacquette Timmons is going to be joining us. She's a financial coach, and she is going to be talking about founders depression. It is Mental Health Awareness Month. And if you don't know what that is, if you are an entrepreneur, and we are talking about productivity and work, she is the perfect person for that. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Wealthy, and I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
Getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee, and it is Wealth Wednesday with my partner, Stacey Tisdale.
Happy Wealth Wednesday, everybody, and we are very excited today to go way up with Jacquette Timmons and talk about something that a lot of us entrepreneurs go through and don't talk about very much. And as it's Mental Health Awareness Month, we want to talk about something called founders depression, which is a special kind of depression that entrepreneurs run into.
Yeah, and let's introduce who Jacquette Timmons is and why you are the expert in this space, too.
Thank you. Jacquette is a financial behaviorist, and she's the founder of Sterling Investments. And she's one of the few people who focuses on that non-financial part of money, like some of the tough emotions and how that plays out in our decisions. And she is also an entrepreneur, so she's really lived through a lot of the stuff we're going to talk about today.
And the author of Financial Intimacy. Yes.
Thank you.
So, what is founders depression?
It's actually been named and given its own title. It's a special form of depression that surfaces in entrepreneurs. And it's interesting because a lot of the characteristics that we have, like being optimistic, tenacious, all of these, great qualities are great for entrepreneurship. But when things go south, if you don't have the right coping strategies, they're also the very breeding grounds of this founders depression. Entrepreneurs are 30% more likely to experience depression than non-entrepreneurs. That's straight from Harvard Business Review. I know, Angela, you got some too.
Entrepreneurs are 3 times more likely to suffer from anxiety, stress, and fear than non-entrepreneurs, and they're also 3 times more likely to suffer from substance abuse.
72% of entrepreneurs suffer from one or more mental health issue. They have higher rates than the general population of bipolar disorder, ADHD, and unfortunately, as we were talking about the other day, Jacquette, it's not hard to find a lot of suicide headlines from entrepreneurs. And 60% of entrepreneurs report feelings related to imposter syndrome.
What's hard for me sometimes as an entrepreneur is the financial part of it. Because it does take a lot of your own investment, and then it can take years if you even see a return on that investment at all.
Yes.
And sometimes it can get really discouraging.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
I have a
main
great story
reason
on that.
that most small businesses fail, right? Because of the entrepreneur's personal finances.
Yeah. So if I can walk you through just my own timeline, just real briefly. So I started my career on Wall Street in 1986. I started my business in 1995 to do exactly what I had been doing in the private bank. I had my first speaking engagement in 1996 and my first coaching client in 2001. The reason I give you that timeline is because it's tax season, 2003, and my CPA asks me a question, and his question is, when are you going to stop mortgaging your life? And his whole point was, there was a point in time when you were like the epitome, the picture of financial perfection. Paying yourself first, saving, investing, your only debt was student loan. And now we're here from 1995 to 2003. And what the heck is going on? And what I didn't realize is I thought that my business was doing well, but I wasn't really paying attention to the fact that I was subsidizing it. So every time I needed, to address a shortfall, I would dip into my savings or I would sell some assets. And that was completely the antithesis of how I had been raised, which was save and don't carry consumer debt. And then here I am with more than now student loans to help finance my business, because that's what I needed to do to help get it through a rough patch. And so I'm sitting here, so things worked out. But that's where, the whole notion of the degree to which your business has an impact on your personal finances, and that can get a little mushy, even if you are keeping accounts separate. If you got to dip into your own resources to keep your business afloat, and you're really committed to it.
I definitely know people who've dipped into their 401k, their IRA, and have done all of those things that they'll tell you traditionally, like, that is not a great idea to dip into those savings, because that's supposed to be for your retirement. And then there's all types of tax issues that you can have from doing that, and money that you lose. And the whole point of having those is the benefits that you end up getting. And so that's really hard to know, when am I supposed to say, this isn't working this way, or are you supposed to put your all into something and then figure it out?
Entrepreneur's personality.
If I were to do things over again, number one, I probably would not have used my own money.
People always say that.
But the second thing is, I would have put a cap on how much of my own savings I would have dipped into, and how much of my own assets I would have sold to keep it afloat.
I'm with my Wealth Wednesday partner, Stacey Tisdale, and we are talking to Jacquette Timmons. She is an investment expert, a financial coach, and she also is a financial behaviorist. Now, what do you tell people let's say you're in a relationship with an entrepreneur who is going through it, right? And in a space where they are not seeing the return on the investments that they're putting into their business. It's stressful. We know a lot of times relationships can suffer because of finances. And so how does one support somebody who's an entrepreneur that they're with?
So if you're both entrepreneurs, I think it's a little easier. If the other person has a more traditional 9-to-5 job, I think it can be a little bit more challenging. The solution, though, is to share your business plan. Right? How are you going to get from point A to point B? If people are in the loop, it reduces the stress.
Okay.
I think part of the stress comes from if you're in your silo and you're just doing your thing.
Trying to handle everything on your own.
Trying to handle everything on your own, right? And the other person has no clue what you're doing. All they know is that bank account is getting low. But we don't know the game plan for how you're going to shift that up. So I think a part of it is communication. I think a part of it is, agreeing on what will be your exit plan if you have to do that.
I have somebody I went to school with, and she's an attorney, and her husband is an entrepreneur. But a lot of times his money goes up and down, and she's always got to be the stable one. So a lot of times she hasn't pursued things that she wanted to do because she has to make sure she has the stable income in case he has a period of downtime.
Well, see, and that, I think, is an invitation to have a conversation for, all right, if I did this for 10 years... Now, at that 10-year mark, regardless of what's going on with my business, it's your turn.
Right. It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and we have Wealth Wednesday with Jacquette Timmons. Again, it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we're talking about founders' depression and, of course, your financial well-being. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. We have more when we come back.
Had a dream of living wealthy,
and I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
Getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it is a Wealth Wednesday. I'm here with my Wealth Wednesday partner, Stacey Tisdale, and we are talking to Jacquette Timmons. Jacquette Timmons is an investment expert, a financial coach. She's also a financial behaviorist, an author, a podcaster. Stacey, you have a question?
How do you know when you are just experiencing regular depression, anxiety that comes with this, or you've crossed into an area where you need help?
I think if it's really, really pervasive and it is affecting your overall quality of life, how well you're sleeping, the degree to which you might eat, exercise, like all of the things that you would normally do to take care of yourself. If you begin to see that those things are deteriorating, then that might be a clue that it's not just, you know, a stressful period of time, that it's a stressful period of time and you are not responding to it in as healthy of a way as possible. And so that might require more professional help.
And I remember the last time we had this conversation with you, and we had Dr. Janet Taylor. She's a psychiatrist, and she was saying if you're ever in a funk for more than 2 weeks, if you can't pull yourself out of it in 2 weeks, if you start seeing you're not enjoying things and all this affecting you for more than 2 weeks, that's when you need support.
I'm not a psychiatrist, but I can definitely see how having that as a benchmark would be really helpful. But I also think, you know, as an entrepreneur, I think everybody should have a therapist. And I also think that everyone should work with a business coach, either on a one-on-one basis or in a group capacity.
Right.
Because one of the things that creates a lot of that depression is the isolation.
What are some things that you do for self-care, too, as an entrepreneur?
So I have a practice of meditating and journaling. I run almost every day, and I do have a therapist and I do have a coach.
And it's making time for that. Like, there's 2 yoga meditation classes. My week in my life are different if I get to these each week, and now I put this into my schedule.
Yeah, you have to do that.
And I can't miss that.
That's always my excuse. I don't have time. I'm so busy. I
But you know
schedule
what?
around it.
Here's the thing. You are your business's greatest asset. And so if you are not functioning at your optimal best, now best can vary from day to day, but if you are not operating at your functional best, who are you good to? You're not good to your clients or your customers or your vendors or the people that you have on your team. So I think we need to stop thinking of putting ourselves first as being selfish.
I'm with my Wealth Wednesday partner, Stacey Tisdale, and we are talking to Jacquette Timmons. She is an investment expert, a financial coach, and she also is a financial behaviorist. Well, we were talking about coaching, so can we talk about what the resources are that you offer?
Yeah, thank you. So when I work with my entrepreneurs and small business owners, I really am leading with how can we make sure to prioritize the health of your personal finances. And so we first do an exercise called the financial wheel so that you can get a sense of what it is you want money to do for you personally, so that you can then design a business, your business model, your sales process, your strategy. And as you know, this comes from personal experience, to be in support of that. So yes, we want your business to be successful, but we want you to be successful too. And so I always like to say to folks that I'm helping them navigate complex scenarios and situations and decisions. And nothing like business and money and life coming together to bring up some complex scenarios and decisions.
Yes, all in one place.
All in one place. Yes.
So you can take Jacquette's financial wheel exercise at her website, JacquetteTimmons.com. We also have some other resources for you to check on your mental health. Everybody, check out ConsciousAmbition.com. Wild information. And for entrepreneur coaching, our great friend Melissa Bradley at 1863 Ventures. I'm not asking anybody to memorize all of this stuff because we have it all. Wealth Wednesdays for Entrepreneurs Facebook group. All of you entrepreneurs out there should be joining that. We put together so many resources for you and bring to you wonderful people like this.
Oh, thank you. You know I love hanging out with you too. So thank you for having
and make sure you follow Jacquette too. It is on Instagram at Jacquette M. Timmons. So that's JACQUETTEM Timmons.
Yes, thank you.
And a very special announcement tonight on Wealth Wednesday's after party with Jay White. We should have brought wine in here. Rose himself, Mr. Rick Ross. I don't know why Angela did not have Rose in here to celebrate this, Rick and Jay White, but I promise you she will make that up to you. So tonight, Wealth Wednesday's after party, Rick Ross. And you can get this Team Ye Facebook page, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Jason really killing it with these.
Rick Ross is quite an investor, I have to say.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So check us out tonight, 8 p.m. Team Ye Facebook page.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
Amazing
having
Wealth
me.
Wednesday. I got to get my coaching in. Okay. I need some help. because
you have a lot of enterprises.
It's very stressful.
I stopped and I want to start again, so we'll be each other. Hey, did you sign up for your coach yet?
Yes.
Exactly.
Well, Jacquette, always a pleasure. And we got to go running together, too.
Yes.
Okay.
You know I love that.
You're covered.
And lift some 10-pound weights. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And when we come back, we have Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is a number. Call us up if you have any questions. Jasmine, Brand, and I are going to be here to help you. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Everybody access. Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts. So you should know. This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it is time for Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is the number in case you ever want to call us for any questions. We are always here to help with no judgment. Hey, Jacqueline, how are you?
Hi, Angela Yee. Thank you so much for taking my call.
All right, it's me and Jasmine's here too.
Hello.
So what is your question for Ask Yee?
I'm at my wit's end with my 22-year-old son. Right now, he's not necessarily taking care of himself mentally. Physically, yeah, he's been in crisis once, but every time I reach out crisis, he runs. So I don't want to put my son out. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm there for him. I know about mental health. I dig my own stuff out of my own hole at one point. And I work my program. I know that if he works his program, he could be better, but he doesn't feel like he has any problems. He feels like he's okay. And like I said, I don't want to throw him out or anything like that. But, you know, everyone tells me to throw him out, but he's my child. I don't coddle him. But for him to be productive, that's one of the things he's not doing at this point. He's not being productive, and it gets combative. And, you know, just it's a lot of negativity there.
Right.
You know.
Well,
that's a tough one.
Yeah, that is a tough one. And so there's a few things here. It seems like at certain times, right, you said that he does get combative at times?
Verbally. I'm not afraid of him.
Right, verbally combative.
Verbally, it gets really bad.
The advice that I've heard on this, just because I have someone I grew up with who is a therapist, and obviously I'm not an expert, you know, in any way, but I'll just tell you from the experience that I know, is that it is important for him to realize that you guys are working together on the same team with a common goal, and that's a collaborative process. So whatever help that, you know, he needs, it needs to be a discussion that you two have together, because he is an adult also, and so that he's part of that decision making, so it doesn't feel like you're telling him what he needs to do or has to do, but he feels like he's part of that process. For yourself, I feel like it's important that you also set some boundaries too, because you're not going to be any help to him if you're not good yourself. And then it's important to realize that maybe you have to bring someone else in. I know you've said therapy, but it has to be somebody who he does listen to, because sometimes the people closest to you are the ones that you end up being most argumentative with, if you know what I'm saying.
For sure.
Yeah. I've been doing this since he was 16, and I fought the system in a lot of ways, because at 16, I brought someone in the home, and they said because he refused services, they wouldn't help him. I'm like, he's 16.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, and now he's 22. They're still saying, well, it's his choice. But at 16, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't have been his choice. He's not violent. He's never been in any trouble, but he's been through trauma.
Yeah.
I do like Angie's suggestion on the whole creating boundaries for yourself, because I know that's hard. It's got to be hard as a mom, kind of feeling helpless and not being able to help. But you are going to have to, at some point, take care of yourself first, because you can't continue to help him if you're burnt out and you have exhausted yourself and you are emotionally spent
and
miserable.
And if what you're doing isn't working, right, then maybe it's time that you have to try something different. Because I understand you can be there for your son and you need to be there for him, and you don't want to put him out and you don't feel physically threatened. But at the same time, you have to understand that he is not realizing that he needs this help or that he has these issues, and him just being able to be there and nothing is changing, and there's no reason for him to have to seek out help. That might not be good either.
Everything you said is correct. I remember when you were on the Breakfast Club, I was just asking because I know that there was another therapist that you would normally refer people to.
Oh, Dr.
And I know
Jasper.
he's probably, I wanted to I'm looking like for a male that could give me some, not saying that because At this point,
no,
he's
I understand what you
complaining
mean.
when he's outside the house.
Yeah, you're his mom, and like I said, you can't do this on your own, and you shouldn't have to. There's too many resources available. We don't want you to feel overwhelmed.
Right.
We want to make sure that you get
Yeah.
the support that you need so that you can give him the support that he needs. All right, so let's get you in touch with Dr. Jasper. Hold on the line.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, no problem.
Bye-bye. Or not bye-bye, but hold
Bye,
on.
Jasmine. Bye, Angela.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Jasmine.
Sorry.
All right, well, that was Ask Ye. 800-292-5150 is the number, and you can always leave a message, and we'll take those as well. And when we come back, as usual, y'all got the last word. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Pick up the phone. Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard. What the word is. Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine from the Jasmine brand is chilling with me.
Hello.
We be together nonstop. We were out last night.
Uh-huh. Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, Thelma, without the car crash. I think.
Yeah, let's
without driving off a cliff.
Let's live for a long time.
But yeah, shout out to everybody from the Ms. Foundation.
Yeah.
An amazing event last night. We're seeing a lot of stories about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry from that.
Mm-hmm.
But she did get the Women of Vision Award and gave a nice speech at the end. She got the last award.
She did, and they sat through the entire thing, which was long.
And Gloria Steinem went right up there to give her the award. But it was a great show.
It was a great show. And I learned, I had never heard of this organization before.
Yeah, it started off as a magazine. I actually watched Gloria Steinem's movie, and I went to her play based on her life. So she was definitely an original feminist. And what's great about her is she also recognized the differences in being a feminist if you're a black woman, too.
And she's a white woman, so for her to say that.
she's a white woman,
Mhm.
yes. And so just making sure that you lift up the efforts of the Ms. Foundation, I think is important.
I don't think about reproductive rights as often as I should, and last night made me understand why it's so important and how it really affects us all, too.
Yeah, and black maternal health care, because black women
Yep.
Suffer a lot more when it comes to that, all right? Also, I want to shout out to our producer, Dan. He is an uncle, Uncle Dan, a first-time uncle. So his sister and his brother-in-law, Carly and Steve, they had their baby this morning. So congratulations.
Her name is Ava?
Well, good job, Jasmine.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
It was a secret.
All right.
I don't know why.
I'm sorry.
But yes, congratulations.
Woo.
We don't know the baby's name.
We don't.
Uncle Dan. And yes, earlier we were also talking about Elon Musk and this whole work from home thing. He thinks y'all are morally wrong for that.
Yes.
A lot of people were calling in about that. And then Jacquette Timmons joined us for Wealth Wednesday and talked about Founders Depression for mental health awareness for all the entrepreneurs out there who are going through it, who might feel alone, who might be suffering from depression. It's a real thing, okay?
Yeah.
So 800-292-5150, let's get your last word.
Here's my situation. I got to get this off my chest. So a girl and I have been together for almost 2 years. She kicked me out. I ended up having to stay at a hotel. Long story short, I found a guy on Craigslist, an old man to move in with. It ended up turning into more than that. And then the girl came back into my life. So now I'm juggling both of them, living a double life, and it's so overwhelming. This man thinks I'm in love with him, and I don't really care about him. I was just using him for a place to stay, and now I can't get rid of him. And my girl, she loves me too, and I love her, and we're living separately, and it's so hard to keep up with it all. It's just so hard. I know I should drop him, but it's crazy. Have a great day. I love you, Angela.
I just wanted to weigh in on Mr. Elon Musk's comment. People have been working from home for generations. Like, how long has it been? It's just now that it's been fortunate enough for some of us lesser paid employees that get the option now to work from home, because normally it's the higher wage paid employees, i.e., I don't want to sound like I'm playing a race card, but you know where I'm going with it. But many of them had the fortunate option to work from home for many and many a decades, long before COVID even hit. And it was never a problem then. So don't make it a problem now.
Listen, Angela, I ain't told nobody this. I'm 3 months behind on my car payment, and I'm in bankruptcy. And I'm trying to get it car back up, and they're trying to come get it from me. I don't know what to do.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.